County Board of Commissioners Finance and Ways Meetings Committee for Tuesday, February 10th to order. Roll call, please.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Here.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Here.
Commissioner Bray, sorry, Commissioner Peterson,
Here.
Commissioner Fournier, Commissioner Britton,
Here.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Here.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
Here. Rise for the pledge, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Start my computer up and battery low. Holy,
So you have the agenda in front of you. Any additions?
good as batteries.
Chairman.
PhD won't be participating today. So that's item what,
I don't know.
10.
10. You would take that off. The other additions or corrections?
Was that what you were going to say, Jesse?
Yep. A motion to approve the agenda. Motion. Commissioner LaHaye. Support.
I'll support.
Kozlowski. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Same carried. The comment. Ooh, big crowd. Anything online? What public comment then? Bills to pay. Big questions on the bill to pay. I think I got, how's it going with that? I see the animal, Otsego County, yeah.
So that animal was actually, Judge Curtis actually ordered that dog to be put down about a year ago, or over a year ago. The defendant has taken that all the way up to the Michigan Supreme Court, so we have to hold that as evidence. That dog is very vicious. It will attack anything or anybody. So they have the right facility over there for that animal. That's why we're saying that. Now, the order does say that the defendant is on the hook for the payment. So we will go back and try to get our money back for that, but it's their housing threat. We got to pay the bill.
That was $10 a day.
There's no other questions on the bills. Entertain a motion to approve the bills to be paid. I'll make the motion. LaHaye, support. Commissioner Fournier. Roll call, please.
Commissioner LaHaye.
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow.
Yes.
Commissioner Bray. I'm sorry, Commissioner Fournier,
Yes,
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky.
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski,
Yes.
Commissioner Peters.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Cindy, reports.
I have a balance sheet for you. Reserve funds of $268,014, an unrestricted fund balance of $3,867,920.47, ending fund balance of $3,645,91.05, leaving us unreserved fund balance of $3,377,077.05. There is a 5-year comparison revenue and expense report. That will not be accurate once those things are backdated to 25 because we are on accrual system. And then I have a revenue comparing last year and this year, and also the expense for the same.
Any questions, Cindy? Entertain a motion to receive and file the treasurer's report.
I'll make that motion.
Commissioner Fournier,
Support.
Commissioner Britton. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, carried. Budget adjustments.
Morning.
Morning.
The first budget adjustment, action item number 3, we had a private citizen donate some, almost nearly $6,000 to the sheriff's office. So we received that in revenue. However, we need to get a motion to move that over to a expenditure line item so we can go ahead and spend it on different things.
Make the motion.
A motion by Commissioner Konashevsky, support
I'll support.
Mr. Fournier. On discussion.
Just, my only question is, what is a community engagement? What would be something typical of a community engagement expense?
Well, Glad you asked that, because I was gonna tell you anyways. The Alpena County Sheriff's Office is sponsoring 3 Little League baseball teams this year, a T-ball, a softball, and a baseball team. To be honest with you, I got into law enforcement because my baseball coach was a deputy who came in uniform. And so when we talk about community engagement, we're trying to develop people to come into law enforcement down the road in the future. So that's what we're using, a community engagement to spotlight our office.
And don't forget the ice cream truck.
Yeah. We can't use we can't use tax dollars for that kind of stuff. So this is where these donations come in.
Very nice.
Any more discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Hopefully you guys like to watch baseball, softball. We'll support our team.
Okay, the second one.
So this is for years and years and years, we've been using the wrong line item for our sex offender expense. So the treasurer's office created a new line item, the appropriate one they had gotten from with the auditor. However, we did not budget for that. We just found out it was the wrong number. We do have $1,000 coming in revenue for that sex offender. We just need to fund the appropriate line item.
Motion to approve that.
Make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Kozlowski, support. Support. Mr. Britton, discussion.
One question, Chairman. Sheriff, when you said it's to match the revenue, is that $1,000 already in an expense line item that can be transferred over, or is this $1,000 going to be in addition to what's already
It'll
been?
be an addition, because I don't know where that other line item, how the other line item was funded. We just had a number that we coded it.
Okay,
And in our budget,
got it.
701, wasn't it?
yeah.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow.
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Sheriff. Kim.
Morning. As I outlined in my memo, I was preparing our annual report to the state recently, and I discovered some things that left me with some questions. So I reached out to the state 911 office, and they have provided guidance that we do not have time to put our surcharge renewal on the August or November ballot, that the election has to be completed and certified so that I can report to the state 911 office no later than May 15th. We report to them every year, no later than May 15th. They have a report they have to submit to the state legislature, who has final oversight on our surcharge. But then they also have to send notifications to all of the phone companies, letting them know what the different county surcharge amounts are going to be for the following year. So this same thing happened back in 2021. We hope to remedy this. Gary and Jesse and I talked last week about this, and our goal is to work with perhaps some legislators with the state 911 office and see if we can remedy this in some way so that every 6 years we don't have to come back and request a special election. 911 the last time covered the cost of the special election, and we will do that again this time so that it doesn't place a hardship on the townships in the city. It cost us almost $39,000 last time. So this does not make me happy to have to request this, but it's this or we don't have operating funds.
They entertain a motion to approve that, and we have some discussion.
I'll make the
Motion, Commissioner LaHaye, support.
Support.
Commissioner Ludlow, discussion.
Yeah, where are we getting the money for the election? Where's the money coming from?
So looking at the board action from last time, the townships and the city paid, and then they sent an invoice, they each sent their costs. And then that came from the 911 fund balance to reimburse them.
That's where it's coming from this time.
That would be my plan.
The county costs also, where's the county taking care of their portion?
I'm sorry, I looked through the cost for the townships. No, I believe unfortunately that this happened again, but this millage benefits 911. I don't think any of the municipalities should have any charge that's not reimbursed. And again, that pains me to say because we pinch our pennies till they bleed, but we don't have another option.
So you said this was in 2020, and it's 21, and it's every 6 years?
Correct.
Because in 21, it put us on this cycle. So we're trying, I'm going to be talking with Representative Cabot or Senator Whitting's office about possibly getting something in there that will help do like when we want to correct it. May made sense when there used to be May elections. Even municipalities now are moving to, November and August elections. They're no longer doing the spring elections like they used to for mayor and stuff. So we're going to ask them to try finding some sort of legislation that would do some sort of pay gap, I guess, for that short amount of time to get us back onto a November, August cycle.
It sounds like this is a common problem across the state because we have to report to the state 911 office every year by May 15th. So this isn't just an us thing, but it was something I was not aware of and nothing that had been communicated down through the channels. And I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus. I'm thankful that the questions were there and that I was able to receive the guidance from the state. But if we had waited to put it on in August or November, we would have had a funding gap.
So what was the date that it has to be completed, approved, should be on the May?
Today.
Yep.
Yeah, awful pushy, aren't you?
No pressure.
Any more discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. And I want to thank Carrie and Jesse for all their help. And our goal is to make sure that this doesn't continue to happen every 6 years.
Thanks. Jesse.
Commissioners, we have, the first one is 2 postage meter leases. Actually, Jessica Konjorski in the Register of Deeds office last year brought this to my attention. We started doing research to see if there might be a cheaper way to do it. Unfortunately, there wasn't. The only remedy we did find was to bring the 2 leases in line with each other. We have one in the prosecutor's office and one in the Register of Deeds office for each of the 2 buildings. And we just felt that bringing them in line with each other in case a better opportunity down the road does open up. It also just helps with negotiating rather than have the 2 kind of teetered, I think like 4 or 5 months apart, if I remember correctly. So it is probably the best deal we're going to get, unfortunately. So just looking for approval to sign those leases.
We have a motion. I'll make a motion by Commissioner LaHaye.
I'll support.
Commissioner Konashevsky. Any discussion?
So the thing that was sent to us by the prosecutor's office is the actual bill.
Which one are you?
$95 a month.
You're looking at the Alpena County Prosecutor lease, the second attachment?
Now,
If you got something private from her, I'm not.
I don't think it was private, but. So what she sent was the actual bill. At the very bottom of the page, or no, actually, it's the second to last page.
Right, okay, yeah, the second attachment. I just want to make sure. So yeah, that 467.85 billed quarterly. Correct, yeah, and there's 2 of those. So that'd be one for the PA's office and one for the Register of Deed.
Any more discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes, present.
Commissioner Kozlowski,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Unfortunately, I don't have anything to present on the insurance payment on the cut fiber. I'm still researching that one. It's quite the tangled mess. So, what I have found was, and I guessing it's pronounced, Canon, is the company that was doing the digging. We went to them. They claim that they're not liable because the, fiber, piping wasn't properly flagged. So they passed it on to Merit. I'm still waiting to hear back from Merit on what they're doing. I did talk to the township. How they handled it was they just billed Merit for the $1,000 deductible that, or the deductible that they had to pay. If we do end up having to pay the deductible, it would be recommended that we bill the city for half of that, seeing as how they benefit from that. We're under contract with them. They share that fiber as well. So again, still looking into it. That's my update as of right now. I'm hoping to get an answer sometime this week. I still have to talk to our insurance company as well. But again, was going through these other companies to kind of get the whole story first. So, moving on, political activity on county grounds. This was the hot topic at the last meeting. You'll see the red line version. Basically, we just added a part of the end saying nothing on the inside of county buildings. Also wanted to make sure that entrance, exits, steps, walkways to and from the public sidewalk are kept clear. Obviously, during business hours, we have inmates coming in and out of court. We need to make sure those pathways are kept clear for that matter, and also just the business of the buildings and people being able to get to and from their offices. The only correction that I do want to make is at the bottom of page 1. And this is my error, that where it should be will, not may. So upon request of the county, insurance liability policy will be required.
Yep, and add a space. After May, you got be required. It looks like it's all one word to me.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Apologies. I was like looking at May. I was like, I don't see it. Okay, yep, be required. Other than that, this should be good to go. And we'll have a policy in place going forward. If we have questions on political activity or signature collection inside of buildings.
We have to have a motion on this.
Yes, please.
Okay. We need a motion to approve the policy. Commissioner Konachesky support.
I'll support.
Support. Commissioner Forney. Any more discussion?
Yeah, I just had one question. So at the beginning of this, it says procedure requires approval of the Board of Commissioners. Then notice at the end, it says, in the event that any request person or organization is denied use of the facilities, the applicant can appeal the decision to the full board.
Correct.
So if they're getting approval from us, so we can say no.
If you say no, they can come back and state their case before the board, because all you'd be looking at is the application.
Okay,
They wouldn't be coming in and making their case on the first request. So if the request could come in on a Monday, if we have a meeting on a Tuesday, you deny it, they can come back at the next meeting and actually have time to appeal it.
okay.
Hey, roll call, please.
Commissioner Kozlowski,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Konachesky,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes.
Motion carried.
The next item, the FAAT hangar bid. So the company that submitted their bid and won it was required to keep I guess to honor that bid for a 90-day period. Unfortunately, the FAA took somewhere between 135 and 138 days to reply, well outside the 90-day period. As a result, a lot of prices had changed and other things. So at this point, because it kind of voided it out, we're going to have to put it out for rebid. So RSNH is just looking for the approval to begin that process.
Entertain a motion to approve that rebidding process.
I'll make that motion.
Commissioner Fournier, support. Commissioner Ludlow, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton.
I probably ought to abstain on this one.
Okay. Commissioner Konachesky,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay. Anything else, Jesse?
No, sir.
Okay, it's all yours, John.
Okay, consent calendar, everyone had a chance to review the consent calendar. Did anybody have any items, issues, questions?
Yeah, under personnel, action item PC -1, I'd like to pull that for more discussion.
Um, The PC one, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll pull PC one for discussion. Does anybody else have anything or is everything good? If so, I'd look for a motion to approve the consent calendar with action item PC one pulled from the consent calendar.
So moved.
And we have a motion by Bill, support by Dan. Roll call.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Konachevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, discussion on PC one.
We're going to start with that?
Yep.
Okay, I got a couple of questions. The first question is, the sheriff's department ever employed detective sergeant before?
From my knowledge, back probably in the eighties, they did. Never in my time at the sheriff's office. We had a detective assigned at Hunt, but that was just a regular deputy assigned to Hunt. So a detective sergeant, been a long time.
Okay, second question is, if the detective sergeant position is being paid by your new contract with Alcona, does that position terminate if the county loses the contract? Or is the general fund just expected to pick up the position?
With all respect, that's not a question that I can answer. That's answer that you guys would have to make.
We'd have to make determination whether to keep them. If we
I can tell you.
If we ever lose the position,
I can tell you, we are approved for 13 deputies right now with the animal control officer. The general fund only funds 10.5 of those positions. So for a county of our size of Alpena County, 10.5 deputies is not a whole lot.
Who's the half deputy?
Mike Lash,
He's a half deputy?
Yeah, because-
College.
keep him here at the court campuses, for the lack of a better term, for court security, and then he goes to the college the other half of this time, which they fund.
Okay,
But yes, that's a decision you guys would have to make. At any time, you guys can make a decision to cut people or hire people.
I guess to his question though, can we cut, could we, I guess we could, right? We can just cut a position if we don't have the funds to cover it.
Absolutely.
and we wouldn't have a problem with the union doing this?
So detective sergeant's actually written into our deputy union. There is going to have to be some negotiations and talk with both unions to get this in as a detective or a sergeant position. I don't foresee any issues with it. It just has to, that conversation has to occur.
Well, I have a little speech here, and as everybody knows, I'm not very good at speeches and I'm not a speech writer. So I'm just gonna read what I've written down and just some notes. Just let me say, I have the utmost respect for the sheriff and his department. And yes, I know that they are well understaffed and their job is hard and stressful. I'm not saying the position would not be of help to the sheriff's department. I believe the sheriff is doing what he believes is in the best interest for his department. That's his job. And I've seen personnel video who got upset. And me personally, I think that's a good thing because it shows me that you care. Now, let's see what we got here. but it's the responsibility of this board to do what the county residents want. Not so long ago, we were asked the residents to help fund the sheriff's department with the Headley rollback village, and they soundly said no. Out of the 8 townships that would most benefit, 7 of them said no, and 1 barely passed it. Back when the millage for the new jail was presented, the reason for such a large jail was to generate enough funds to practically run itself. So I think any money generated by the jail should go help fund the jail, not create a new position in the sheriff's department. The residents elected this board to represent them, and they have already spoken on this subject. I have more, but just gonna.
I just got a couple things I want to say. The respect is shared mutually. I understand you guys have a job to do and I did get emotional. I wasn't angry. I was emotional because I always continue to fight for this county. You guys can vote it down, vote it yes. Just know if it does get voted down, I'll be coming back again in the future to ask again. Because that's what our sheriff's office needs. Now, as far as the millage, we didn't ask the sheriff for a sheriff's office millage. We asked for the Headley rollback.
Right.
If we wanted to ask for a sheriff's office millage, it would have been a law enforcement millage. So that, I not trying to be a jerk, but that's incorrect. But like I said, I guess I spoke and covered everything. So, well, I guess.
But when we did the rollback, it was specifically to help fund your department.
Tomato, tomato.
Okay. And I think, Eric, you're doing a great job, and I know you're passionate about it, and I get passionate about things too, and this budget thing we're going through is really hard. I've been not on the board as long as the rest of you, but I've been well aware of what's been happening with the budget for quite a while. And I know not so long ago that each department had a contingency fund. That's gone. Most of our investments, that's gone. We're scraping the barrel here. I just really have a hard time spending more money when we're in such a tight position, and it's only going to get worse. The state's talking about a 12% cut in revenue sharing. We'll have to make up that. If it happens, we'd have to make up that. And there's just not a lot of cash flow in our budget to keep carrying this kind of stuff on. And that's just my opinion. There's six others here today, but.
Let me ask you this, is it the sheriff's job to go out and find more revenue?
Well, from the way they presented the millage for the sheriff and the jail, they said reason for having such a big jail was to bring in revenue.
That was before me, I don't.
I know it's before you, and I'm not saying it's what you said. I'm just saying that's how the community took it. We were looking forward to having income being generated by the jail to help pay for the jail.
And with all respect, I'm doing my job my job is not financial. That's your job. And so that's why I'm in front of you asking. You guys can make a decision, just be prepared. Until I'm elected out of my position, I'll keep coming and asking.
And we appreciate that. We really do.
I would just like to say, I appreciate everything you are doing for our community. I believe it is up to the county commissioners to help you do what you do. We are spending the people's money. We're the fiduciary. I believe what you're asking is not unreasonable. The way the world is today, it wasn't like that back when we built that jail. Everything is turned around. And I believe you're not getting enough money to do what you need to do for the community. So I'm a yes vote. They support our people. I'm definitely a yes vote.
Well, So I don't know if anybody else has any other comments, but I will say that I kind of agree with somewhat with what Dan was saying, that, you know, in the future, if we lose that position, we will definitely have to take a look at how we're gonna fund it, because if you're talking over $100,000 position, and we lose that additional income, and I don't know where we'll be with the additional deputies that you mentioned, but at some point, you know, we've been fortunate enough the last couple of years, Jesse's been working really hard to find that, those cuts. We've made the cuts. I think things have been going pretty well for the last 2 or 3 years now. We're definitely gonna have to keep that in mind moving forward. So, I just wanted to mention that as well.
I just want to make another point. And your department is not the only department that's running short staff. I would say all of our departments are running short staff. They're understaffed, they're overworked, they're underpaid. It's nothing personal, but I just don't feel comfortable looking for another position at this time.
Commissioner, I love you. Don't worry about it. I've been going to church, by the way.
Does anybody else have any comments?
I'm gonna make a motion, we fund the sheriff's department, deputy sheriff.
Basically, you'll make the motion that was already,
Yeah,
okay.
I'll support.
We have a motion and support. Any further discussion?
Just a quick question, I guess. Do you share any of that responsibility currently with any of the state police?
Yes, without going into a private conversation on how we share that, because it's a safety issue. But yes, the state police and sheriff's office both cover the rural Alpena County area. But they're short-staffed also. And, we're like Commissioner Ludlow said, we're all short-staffed. We are.
Yeah.
I can tell you when I said back in the 80s, they had like 17 or 18 deputies back then. Crime hasn't gone away since 1980. The state has changed the way they classify it, and we decriminalized a bunch of stuff, but crime still hasn't gone away. And so if they needed that many people and a detective back then, why don't we need it in 2026?
I have a question.
You
And I
got your question.
just never mind. I'm not quite sure how to ask this, but I'm gonna ask it. I know that the charter township of Alpena are required to have an officer because they are now a charter. I'm not sure, but do they depend on the sheriff's department to do their policing of the charter township? And if they do they give us or you any money to do their job, which they are supposed to be doing?
So being a charter township, they are required to have some extra things in their township. Law enforcement is not one of them. A fire department, I think the word is may, and Jesse might be able to help me out a little more. I think it says may have law enforcement, so it doesn't specifically say you have to have a law enforcement. They do contract with us and pay half of the liaison position at the junior high. They've been doing that since junior high was built. So I think they do give us a little financial help. With that being asked, though, we spend probably 65-70% of our time in Alpena Township because they're the biggest municipality or township. In my opinion, that's an avenue that we've been trying to work a little bit, trying to get some more funds out of them, but Alpena Township's as broke as the county, so that's a hard.
Do any of the other townships give any money to the sheriff's department for what you do? It would be nice if they would step up to the plate and help, but thank you.
Okay, so we have a,
I'm not saying that you don't need the deputies and you don't need the sergeant. I agree, you do need them.
Yeah.
There's no argument there. Again, it just, I just think that in our position now, which is just not a good time to do it. And I understand that you're gonna come back as often as you need to. And I applaud you for that.
Good.
Well, I'll just, well, unless somebody else has something, but one last thing that I'd say is too, again, I think if, my feeling is if we did lose that contract and that's where that money is coming from, I definitely believe that we need to relook at that, especially, you know, if we, in the future, we have, continue to have budget issues, we're gonna have to obviously make cuts and they're not always gonna be pleasant cuts. So
Okay.
I think the commissioners, and who knows, it could be 4 years down the road or 5 years down the road, it could be whenever. And it could be a different group of people. That's something that the commissioners will have to keep in mind when they make those decisions. So,
What's that gonna do to the budget?
well, the budget right now, because of the additional 205, it should be covered. So I think what Dan's saying is if we lost that 285,
Money.
then we'd be on the hook for the $100-something thousand in that position. So
I guess as long as we can cover it and we've got the money, then.
that's what I'm saying, that basically, as long as this contract exists, we have that additional revenue, we should be fine. But in the future, if we don't have that, the board would have to look at
That's something
something.
we'll have to discuss. Yeah. See, well, everything else, any department.
I think the sheriff is doing an excellent job in providing the money he needs to move forward. I know there's a few on this board that may not agree with him, but I do, because he's doing what he should to come with. He did, and I wouldn't worry about it right now. I would let him do what he has to do, and come 3-4 years from now, we'll worry about it then like we do everything else. I'm not gonna keep kicking the can down.
Kick the can down the road.
Okay, so I think everyone said their bit. To move forward and do roll call, please.
Commissioner Ludlow,
No.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes,
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
Yes.
Motion carried.
thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you.
Okay, next item, is
Do we have Mick online?
Okay.
you carrying this load now? Cause I got some questions.
Yeah, I was not planning on
You
it.
don't have any answers. Keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Especially with the Avis one.
Pretty good.
I just made
So did you know we were having a meeting?
He did. He asked to be put on the agenda with these two items. Let me see if I can, I apologize. Let me see if I can. I think he was online.
It's probably out busy being everything was so icy this morning.
Yeah, maybe.
I didn't even know.
We didn't, yeah.
He asked for today. I guess we can start conversation if I'm able to answer him from the conversations I've had with him, but if anything
Okay.
changed.
So next, we have the facility lease agreement, which is looking for a motion to approve the lease agreement with Bay Leasing and Renting, DBA Avis Rental Car, the term of November 1, 2025 through for 1 year, an optional 1-year lease extension for the amount of $1,500, increase of 3% yearly. So would someone like to make that motion?
I can share that he's only allowed to have a limited amount of cars. I believe they're using the same template they did with the previous. But
Let's get the motion and then we can have the
I'll
discussion.
make the motion.
So we have a motion by Commissioner Peterson. I'll support. Support by Commissioner Konashevsky. So the limited amount, I know that,
It's four.
huh?
It's four.
4 cars?
Yeah.
Okay. The question that I have is, and I'm not sure why, if we're gonna approve a lease, I would think we'd approve the lease as of today or the beginning of the month or whatever. I don't know why we would go back to November 1st, because we're already, 4 months into it by the time we get things approved here, 3 months. So that was one of my questions. I'm assuming that the lease would be dated effective when this is approved. The other question that I have is $1,500 per year. And I did do some looking and I did find that so I actually looked into what, because I don't know, is $1,500 a year a good amount? It doesn't seem like it to me. But based on what I found, it was like anywhere between $1,500 to $2,000 for rental car space, basically an office for rental car, which we do have at the airport, that little, I don't know if
Little kiosk.
some of the commissioners that have taken the tour when it was new, that little window that they have there. But so anyway, the $1,500 to $2,000, I think I saw read something where Grand Rapids rental cars were somewhere around $2,000, $2,500. So that's a much bigger airport. They have a lot more people there. We have the 1 or 2 flights in a day. So I think the $1,500 is probably reasonable for Alpena. Did anybody else have any questions?
Well, you pretty much took care of it.
The only, and I don't know if I know we've had issues in the past with this one individual where he has actually gone out onto the flight line or through the gate with rental cars for different people. I think, and I don't have a problem as long as he's working at the counter, but I think we need to make sure that, and I don't know who, whether that's Mick that would guarantee that.
I would work with Mick to make sure.
Okay.
Right.
Are any of these cars that he rents, do any of them need to be plugged in?
No.
They're
Well,
all gas.
yeah, I would assume. And we do have the
I don't
two,
believe so.
we do have the two charging stations out there,
I
but
know that.
I don't
But,
think.
and the only reason I say I don't believe so is because from my understanding, there's designated parking spots and I don't believe they're in
Yeah.
that area. So,
Yeah, I think the rental car space is right up close to the airport.
Is this,
And it's a good question on the November
yeah, that's.
start date. I'm not sure why they would have backdated it. Because from my understanding, this was a new development, so.
Oh,
I can
then
definitely look for that.
If we started effective 1 November, is he back paying us? Which I doubt it. So I would assume that the date would be effective if we approve it that date. Or again, even if it was the 1st of the month.
He never,
Change that motion then to make it February 1st, 2026.
Well, what happens if though there was some sort of test run on it, or I'm assuming, again, I've not heard anything about being out there, but I'm just concerned. I also don't want to leave money on the table if it
Yeah.
has been out there. How about the motion is, we begin it effective, February 1st, unless there was a prior agreement, in which case we're made whole.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
That'll work.
has he been
Who
leasing
was,
cars
who
out
was
there right
supporting that?
along?
I've not been notified, so if he has been, it's not been.
Support that,
Travis. Yeah, Travis.
Do you support the amendment?
Yeah.
So you don't know if he has been renting cars out there?
He's not requested or notified me that's been being done.
Well, I can't understand why it has to be backed up until November.
Unless maybe that's when his lease with his company expires. That's the only thought that comes to mind.
Yeah.
which I mean, he pays $1,500 no matter what anyway, so.
But I would assume, I don't know, is he paying 125 a month or is he paying just one lump sum 1,500?
Yeah, I don't know that.
It says 1,500 annually, so I would assume it'd be a lump sum.
Yeah.
Hold on, I can double check that.
I kind of thought he did have vehicle out there already.
Well, if he did, he didn't have a contract, apparently.
Which then could be the reason why it's backdated to November, but that doesn't make sense.
No, it don't. You got a contract or you don't. Don't have a contract, you don't put them there.
Is this a new company or the one that has the,
That has been the guy that's been there, Avis. I think his name is Dwayne.
I would like to table this until we find out what is going on with.
I actually would be more comfortable with that as well, just because,
I would like.
again, if there was stuff going out there in November, this is news to me and that's a problem.
Okay, so,
We'll table it then. I'll take my motion.
Okay, you rescind it to table it?
Yeah.
he's gonna rescind it, so
I'll
you,
support it.
well,
I'll rescind my
Oh,
part.
so motion has been rescinded. I'll make a motion to table this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brenda?
yes, I make a motion to table it.
Second.
Okay. Motion by Brenda, support by Bill, tabled. What do we do with the next item? Because if he's not here,
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, had he not been here, I would have in due diligence contacted him and gotten more information, but I expected him to be present, so I don't feel comfortable speaking just these in case there's nuances that I'm not aware of.
yeah, because I got questions on that one. So we'll just, let's
Table it.
give it that. Okay. All right, well, that's it, I guess. So we'll move on.
You need to, she made a motion to table it. Do you need to vote on?
Yeah.
Right.
I made the motion to table.
Okay, so the motion was to table the rental car. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion has been tabled. And we're not going to discuss the next item, so we'll move on to public comment. Public comment, anybody in the room? And looks down on the ground, turns it, he wants to talk. Anybody online? No one online, so we'll close public comment and on to adjournment. I look for a motion to adjourn.
I make that motion.
Motion by Commissioner Boyce, supported by Commissioner Fournier. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. We're adjourned.